Hey guys, it's DC and welcome to the Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome. I think my mic is working this time. This is like my third re-record. I hope it works this time. Good Lord. Anyways, guys, this is Soap Sanctuary where all soap lovers are welcome. This is my Beyond the Gates review, the Dupree Denizens. I got my notes here and we're going to get right into it. Now, I remember going to Albert's Live saying that I was going to give the Gates 5 episodes, which is basically 1 week. There was basically their first week. Now, the question remains, will I give Beyond the Gates another week? What's the verdict here? I don't know. Will I? Got soap viewers out here saying, give it 6 to 9 months. Like, is this a pregnancy? And if so, who's the father? He's going to have to pay child support because, I'm still in school, so that's part of his duties. I guess I wonder what other soap content creators think. Like JLJ Media, the Anthony Zakara of soaps. I wonder if he's even aware why I even call him that. Anyways, I think I gotta get back to the video. Yeah. Yes, I will give the Gates another month and a half. I actually really enjoyed this week, to be honest with you. One of the things I've noticed with the Gate, make sure my mic is working. Yonke, is that how they wrote Vernon and Anita, the matriarch and patriarch of the Dupree family. I like that they didn't write them in the typical way because I was expecting Anita to almost be written like Lady May from Greenleaf. You guys are familiar with that show. And they didn't write her in that context. They didn't make her like a Lady May. They didn't write her like Nikki Newman or Tracy Quartermain or Alexander Spalding. They made her like someone that you know. A grandmother that you know in real life, at least for me at least, right? Vernon was not written like Victor Kiriakis or Victor Newman. He was written, at least for right now, he was written as almost like a Matt Corey or Adam Chandler. But then again, this is how Victor Lord was written on the beginning of Life to Live. So but I like that they didn't go that typical route. Everybody in the Gates felt like real people in real life that you know, even though that we know this is a soap and it's fictional, which I appreciate that. It gave a sense of realism to the show when I was watching it. And what I liked about it is Vernon and Anita felt like real characters. If you notice that they're the only ones that have the Dupree last name, I think obviously Danny might now because she's divorced, but a lot of the rest of the characters don't, which I think is a setup for that next generation. They're already setting us up for the next generation even from day one, episode 1. I like that. I like it. I kind of want to go on to Martin and Bradley. So Martin's secret, which I believe that Martin must have killed someone, it seems like it, and Bill is the one holding the cards with that. Don't post spoilers in my chat, please. You can post theories, but no spoilers. I know you people are. Which, quick aside, can I tell you how great it was for me to watch a soap with no spoilers, no nothing, no none of that? I didn't even log on my Soap Sanctuary YouTube account that whole week because I didn't want no spoilers of no kind of way. From thumbnails, from nothing. Can I tell you how refreshing it is? Honestly, because because you know you're going to see this coming up over time. Is people are like, on Wednesday, Bill meets Haley at his office. On Thursday, Haley and Danny get into a disagreement. It's like, why do y'all have to do that? Like, don't even watch the show if you won't do that, dude. Like, don't even watch it, bro. Don't even watch a show if you're going to do all that. You know I hate spoilers. I don't understand what's the point of them. Why do people do spoilers? Like, you're literally messing up the whole idea of the show that we want to get into these characters in their world. Why? There's a special place in hell for people like you. I'm just playing. But why do y'all do that, man? But I'm wondering what is behind Bradley's phone call. When they were at the wedding and Bradley was on the phone, he said, it feels so good to feel wanted. And I was like, uh-oh, trouble in paradise. Because everyone knows in your relationship, you need to make sure that person feels wanted. Because if not, the first time they get any kind of desire or feel that someone else desires them, they're latching on that train. It's kind of like similar to like when someone doesn't receive any kind of physical touch, which can involve a hug, that what happens is then they might seek out physical touch in sometimes sexual inappropriate ways. Okay. But I'm wondering what's behind that. Now, I noticed with their kids that their kids are actually in high school, and I noticed that there are no small kids on Beyond the Gates, which that didn't matter to me one way or another. I know that Samuel brought it up to me, and he brought it to my awareness, my attention, which it didn't matter to me one way or another. It was something I appreciated, but it didn't matter to me one way or another. But it's something I did notice after he mentioned that. On Beyond the Gates, everybody's grown. All the grandkids are grown on Beyond the Gates. They're living their full lives, which is something that soaps typically never really start out as. So that was an interesting approach they took. I want to go into Danny and Bill here. Is it any wonder here that Bill's new wife is about the same age as his daughter? Because when I started to think about it, is that the last time Bill made a serious commitment to a woman, like him and Danny, was around the time of their age, around the time of 19, right? So we talk about this all the time in my program, like how a client, someone in therapy can be like 40, 50 years old, but developmentally, they're still 16. Sometimes I wonder if that's what's going on with Bill in some way. So yes, he's a high functioning adult. He's ambitious, all this stuff, but like, where is he at developmentally? That's a future Andre Maddox in me thinking that way. But this is the thing with Danny. When Danny went to his when she went to his hotel room on the night of the wedding, and she threw herself at Bill, there was not even that moment. There were moments early in the week when she went to his office. There was human moments in Bill. When Bill said, my precious Danny, it didn't work out. We tried our best, it just didn't work. He was humanized to me, and I appreciate that because nobody this whole week was written as black and white. In some ways, people were written very morally gray. But this is what social should be known for. And I appreciate that because it humanized Bill. Yes, he's done probably some things and some other things, but he's still human. Even when he went to go see his daughter, and he was like, I'm still your father. Like, show some respect, girl. Like any typical black parent would, right? But I appreciate that. I appreciate that realistic element there. And he was very human to me. When there was moments when he was talking to Danny in the office, I was like, oh. He was like, Danny just didn't work out between us, That's just how the way things are. I was like, oh, such a good man. But then we realized what he was doing. He was not really much of a good man, but he was humanized. But what I think happened is that when Danny said basically how she forgave his past affairs because she thought that's what he needed, isn't any wonder that he went over to Haley? And my thing is, I think that what happened is Danny stopped giving him something to respect. You need to give somebody something to respect when you're in a relationship. As people, we gravitate more towards what we respect and what we don't respect. And if we're still around something we don't respect, there's usually a reason why we keep you around, or we're keeping this thing around. Obligation, maybe we need something from you, because if you notice, he no longer needs anything from Danny anymore. Now he moved on. You notice that? He got the connections from the Dupree family. He got it all. He's done. He doesn't need you more. Shoo fly, don't bother me. Shoo fly, don't bother me. He moved on. And Danny is still probably operating from the mindset of a 19-year-old. And the thing is, like I said, she stopped giving him something to respect. The moment you do that in a relationship, it's game over. You're wasting your time. That's why sometimes when people walk away, even when they're in a really bad relationship with someone, the person's constantly cheating, the person that actually, the respect comes back over time. Because like, oh shoot, like they put themselves first. Oh snap. It sets a different type of tone. You know what I mean? And I think that's why I didn't villainize Bill too much. You need to keep your partners in a sexually competitive state. I say this all the time. It's not about being toxic or throwing things around the house or being passive aggressive, but people desire what they feel is desired a lot of the times. When people feel like they've got like that with you, that's when they start acting stupid. You need to sometimes remind people that you got a life. Oh, you hanging out with your girls on a girl trip? Yeah, we going to Miami. Oh, okay. Maybe we can go to Miami next time we get back. Oh, this guy was flirting with me at the bar, but I told him I have a husband. Yeah, this girl was flirting with me. I told her I have a wife. Yeah, this guy was flirting with me, but I told him I had a husband. You need to keep your partners in a sexually competitive state. Okay. She stopped doing that. Haley puts Bill in a sexually competitive state. She knows she's that goyle. Or she's slowly becoming that goyle. But she gives Bill something to respect. And that keeps him in a sexually competitive state. For example, high value men or women, however you want to define that. I don't even like using that term because then it sounds very red pill. But let's say if someone has like a PhD degree, or they're a doctor, or they're a lawyer, or something like that. They're seen as, by most society, not everybody, but most society, like, ooh, he's that. He must be desired. Just because of that alone, that sometimes can keep someone naturally in a sexually competitive state. Just that alone. Just that aspect alone keeps someone in a sexually competitive state. Those are lawyers. He's doing his thing. He got money. Danny sacrificed her whole career. Someone who's ambitious is seen as, you're keeping people around you probably sometimes in a sexually competitive state. Someone who's very attractive gets flirted with a lot, keeps a partner in a sexually competitive state. That's a little bit more of the unhealthy version of that. But I think you get the point of what I'm trying to say. But next I want to move on to is Nicole and the history with Leslie and Eva. Nicole is very level-headed. Nicole and Danny are like Belle and Sammy, with Danny being the Sammy and Nicole being the Belle. Sometimes I feel some people can be too logical and too level-headed sometimes for their own good, where sometimes you need to tap into that emotion. Your emotions can be part of your intuition too. That could be your body is telling you something. Your body can reject somebody too for a reason, because they know you just there's this inclination, a metaphysical, it's like this inclination that this is not your portion. So her bringing on Eva, she probably is thinking on some level like, I'm the perfectionist, I've got everything together, I'm not like my sister Danny, but I still love her and hold space for her. But you're gonna find out what your husband's up to. And Leslie and Eva, what are they kind of scheming right now behind the scenes? What's going on with that? Now, I don't have much of an analysis with the rest of the characters just because I need more information before I give my analysis on them and my take. But with Nicole, I'm interested to see how her and Ted are going to navigate that. In a sense. And one thing about Ted and Martin, how come I haven't seen those two interact? Do you notice that? That's their father and son. I have yet to see those two interact. But where's that at? Because this is going to affect Martin too. So, but overall, I thought this was a great first week. I'm interested to see where the rest is going to go. And I'm really happy for Beyond the Gates. I think this is something that we really need out there. We need a show that's fresh. I mean, we have there was a gunshot thing at the end of the week, and I'm wondering, is that a dream sequence? But also, Bob Goose is behind the scenes. And you know how Bob Goose is right for GH back in the day. Every Friday, something went down. So you have all the greats working on the show. And I mean, I think we're finally getting some of the elements that we want to see. Like even when Leslie and the receptionist and the nurse's mom were all at the coffee house, and Leslie said, "What's the tea?" You would never hear that kind of dialogue on YNR. You would never hear that. You would never hear that kind of dialogue on YNR. It felt like everything about the show felt realistic, but it gave opulence at the same time. And that's something that a lot of writers, they have a struggle of doing, I notice at times. So I thought this was pretty good for the first week. But anyways, tonight I'm going to be on a live with Albert and Brock TV. We're going to be Beyond the Gates. Maybe even JLJ Media, the Anthony Zakar of soaps will show up. Only I know why I gave him that nickname. But no, I love James though. James is very supportive, and I'm actually interested to know what his take is. I might go on his channel now. Since I've finished watching The Gates for the week, now I don't mind going to his channel, hear what they say, because I don't want no spoilers now. Don't post no spoilers in my chat, I will find you. All right, anyways, guys, this has been my Soap Sanctuary review on Beyond the Gates. I'm actually gonna be pretty busy this week. I'm going out the country tomorrow. It's my spring break, so I'm going out the country, and I'm getting a chance to like unwind and just breathe. I was actually supposed to be in Atlanta for this fellowship, this fellowship I got for my counseling program, but the conference basically got canceled because it was funded by federal funds, and number 47 now has it canceled. So it's like, damn. But I still got to keep my fellowship intact, so I'm happy about that. I was really scared about that because that was actually the way that I was going to like pay for my expenses with school. So that the fact that I didn't get affected was good, but it definitely shows me how some things are now starting to hit home with a lot of these things. But that's not to be a political thing, because I can respect why people vote for different people for different reasons. And then sometimes it's not always for the reasons that you may think. Anyways, that is my Soap Sanctuary review on Beyond the Gates. I will see you guys in the next one. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, if you do appreciate the content I'm posting on this channel and you do like it and you're not a subscriber, maybe consider subscribing if you found this information insightful, entertaining, or you just loved it. See you guys in the next one. I'm out.